Search high and low, follow every byway, every path you know, climb every mountain, ford every stream, follow every rainbow till you find your dream, a dream that will need all the love you can give every day of your life. For as long as you live, climb every mountain, ford every stream, follow every rainbow till you find your dream, a dream that will need all the love you can give every day of your life. For as long as you live, climb every mountain, ford every stream, follow every rainbow till you find your Oh no, don't stop now. Do not stop now. Thank you, Shar. Thank you, amazing musicians, Matt, Jonathan, and Brad. I have no words. I have no words. So take a breath with me. This month, we are all about manifesting miracles. And today, the focus is climb every mountain, but you know, last week it was ain't no mountain high enough, that there is nothing high enough, wide enough, deep enough, big enough to keep spirit away from you or me or any of us. But in order to manifest miracles, it's really up to us to explore what all the possibilities might be. And to do that, we get to climb the mountain. We get to ford every stream. We get to experience life so that we can figure out what it is we're really here to do and who we're really here to be. So today, we're going to switch things up a little bit. So how many of you have been here when we had a Q&A Sunday? But you notice the slide says, The remix. Now, just in case there's anyone in the room who doesn't know what a remix is, a remix is when you start with something that's already established, often a song, but a practice, something that's already established, and you mix it up a little bit. You change the arrangement, you shift some notes, you change it just a little bit. So it's a Q&A Sunday, but instead of, normally you ask Dr. Petra all the questions you have about any subject. I'm not doing that. So I'm going to tell you right up front, I'm not doing that. At least I'm not doing that today. So the remix is that Tracy gets to ask you questions, and you get to share your experiences, and you get to share your insights. And then at the end, I'll be giving you the opportunity to share your understanding of how science of mind principles relate to the experiences and the insights that you shared. So let me give you a little bit of instruction. So I'm going to ask 4 questions, I think. It might be 5, but I know I'm going to ask 4. And if you have a response to that question that you want to share, then I'm going to invite you, if you're in the room, to just go over by the stairs and come up to the podium one at a time. Now, we only are going to hear from like 2 people. So, so you got to rush, because I know some of you are going to want to go. Or if you're up there, then you could do the next one. If you're online, that's what the chat and the comments are for. And we want you to comment in the chat if you're online. So our spiritual practice during the past week, as a result of last week's talk, was that every morning when you wake up, you said, I am a miracle. And then throughout the day, the request was that you notice and record the miracles that are happening in your life. So my first question for you is, what miracles did you experience during the past week? And 1 or 2 of you come on over, come up to the podium and share 1 or 2 miracles, however much you can share, in 90 seconds or so. There's nobody moving toward the microphone. Like, what's up with that? You had no miracles last week? Are you kidding me? Who's going to join Faye? I see her moving toward the mic. Really? Oh, no, I know, in addition to Faye, hold on. So, okay, we've got a second person. So please come to the podium, share your name, and what miracles did you experience during the past week in 90 seconds or less? Who are you?
My name is Faye Abdul Salam. I'm a spiritual coach here at CSLDallas. And the miracles I experienced over the past week, my older brother, we hadn't been in contact with each other for different reasons. But I was able to reconnect with him. He gave me hugs, he answered my phone calls, and yeah, it's all good.
Whoa, what is that? No. It's a miracle. 1, 2, 3.
It's a miracle.
Next. Name?
I'm Kate. Mine is not my own miracle. It was through my 15-year-old daughter, which is a miracle in itself, right? So she has played volleyball ever since 3rd grade. We go to a very competitive school. So silly when I talk about it, but it's a big part of our family life. Well, last spring, they cut a whole team of the high school, and her coach pulled a bunch of the girls aside, including my daughter, and said, don't come back. you're not going to make it. Don't even bother trying out. And our family had a lot of healing to do from that. And like a month ago, she was like, well, I still want to play sports in high school. How about golf? And she has not played golf ever. My husband was a golfer in high school, and he was like, that's insulting. You cannot just decide to play golf. Like, it takes years of practice. Luckily, she has me as a mom, and I'm like, go for it. Let's try it. So she has taken just a few lessons, gone out a few times. Here's the miracle. She emailed the high school coach, and she said, I want to try golf. I missed tryouts. My bad. I didn't know I was going to want to try them. She talked to him. She set up a meeting with him. She went out and tried her best in front of him. She had a conversation with him. He said, look, we don't have any spots on the golf team at the beginning. At the end, he said, I want you.
So this is the month of manifesting miracles, and not just the miracle of nature. We talked about how important it is to notice how you are aligning yourself with spiritual law, knowing there's a yes, knowing there's a way, and then taking action. And so that is what I want you to keep paying attention to, even as we move into climbing every mountain today, because you have to take action. But it starts with knowing that the universe wants to give you what you want and what you need. And because of that, it's up to you to get clear about what you want and what you need, which is why you got to climb a few mountains, because most of the time, most of us don't know. So in the beginning of the song, Climb Every Mountain, you heard the lyrics if you don't already know them, right? Search high and low, follow every byway, every path you know. What are some of the mountains you have climbed in your life? What's an example of one time when you had to search high and low? I know the older we are, it's like Tracy, I could talk for 5 hours on the mountains I have climbed. But I am watching for two people to come over here and be ready to share one example of a mountain that you have climbed, or a time when you had to search high and low, or you had to follow all these different paths to get to where you wanted to be. So applaud the two people, because I get it. You want to applaud, but we're not doing that, so we're doing it up front. All right, tell us who you are in 90 seconds or less.
I'm Willeen Dunn, and I've climbed a lot of mountains, but recently I've written a book with someone called Getting My Happy Back. It took almost 2 years to get it written because I was terrified. You know, when you're doing something new and you're stepping out, I sent it, I retreated. She's like, where's the book? I don't know, I'll get it to you. And it just went on, and now it's done. It's a done book.
I'm Valerie Guignon, and I started out a very, very, very frightened, very sick person. And as I've decided to live, I went to therapy. I found therapists, kept people, teachers near me. Bit by bit, I worked myself up to sanity and sobriety, and now I help others. And at one point in my life, after getting out of a battered women's shelter, I was able to turn myself into a coordinator of the battered women's program and help rape survivors and other battered women as I helped myself.
Yes. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. And then the song goes on to remind us that we have to climb every mountain, ford every stream. And I thought I knew what ford every stream meant, but I think I know, but somebody might ask me, so I better look it up. So yes, ford every stream, a person or a vehicle goes through the stream or the river. You don't stand over here and admire the rainbow or look at the water in the stream. You actually get in there and go through it, walk through it, crawl through it, swim through it, follow every rainbow till you find your dream. So, who can give us 3 examples of actions you took that led you to find purpose in your life or meaning in your life? I've got 2 people moving. Give them some encouragement. Come on up. Tell us who you are.
Okay, I'm Molly, and all right, 3. I got way more than that, but I'm gonna narrow it down.
90
I
seconds.
came to Foundations. I came here. I went to Foundations. I dreamed of living in a tiny house on wheels, and it happened, just like that. I drew a picture. I have the picture. It's so cool. And so in my tiny home, I said, I want to manifest. I'm manifesting Molly. That's my nickname. I want to manifest just this glorious life, and includes a soulmate, right? And there he is. At 41, and really not having dated a lot, within 3 years of my tiny home and my happy place. And that was in the wall. They spray foamed it in my tiny home for me. This, what I wanted to manifest. And that happened. And then we got married, well, before this happened, but Tracy was our officiant, which was awesome. But we have manifested on top of that a tiny living community where we have other people that have tiny homes and small RVs that want to live, and the same way that I did, but I have 2 beautiful bonus children. So that's not possible in my tiny home right now, but we get to be we get to be an extension of that and give a peaceful place that we live out to for people that want to live in their tiny homes until we're back in one in a few years. So.
1, 2, 3. It's a miracle.
Hi, I'm Erin, and my passion was with my late sister, who was autistic, and I had my last life in Oregon. I had a martial arts school that I ran for 15 years, and I developed a niche of kind of working with kids on the spectrum. And I was partnering with a school, and we were doing these really cool programs, and I wanted to kind of like experiment and be able to really improve the quality of services we were providing. And I was told, oh, you're just a cute little karate instructor. You go sit down over there. And I was like, hold my beer. So that passion of wanting to serve autistic students, I started going to school because I didn't have any academic background whatsoever. And I was running a full-time business, and I was going to school at the same time. And I got to a point where it was like, you can have your business, you can have your academics, but you can't do both. You got to choose. And to say that that was a God moment, it was absolutely there. So I sold my school, and I moved from Oregon to Texas 4.5 years ago because I had some family here, but my family has been kind of estranged for some time, and got into academics. Ended up working with a company for about 1.5 years who specialized in autism therapy. Got my certification, met the love of my life right over there. Found out I had a half sister I never knew last Christmas who has like 5 kids in Keller. So it was being able to jump out of my comfort zone and be able to move, go into a place where I didn't really have really strong connections, and taking those actions and moving forward has literally not just, the universe always gives you more than what you expected. I expected to be able to find a career. I found my family, I found my passion, I found this amazing community, and the blessings keep going.
Yes. 1, 2, 3. It's a miracle. I hope what is happening is that as you are hearing these stories, that you are in your own mind recognizing the ways you get in alignment with spiritual principle in order to manifest what you want to manifest. A dream that will need all the love you can give. Every day of your life for as long as you live, what's one thing you've been inspired to do in your life that you have been willing to commit to fully and completely? What's one thing in your life that you have been inspired to do? Full commitment. Come on. Say your name.
Okay, most of you know me. Malcolm Austin. Okay.
90 seconds.
I think you pretty much know what I'm going to say. I've been studying martial arts for like 34 years now. And that is something that I've been committed to and wanting to do for forever. I mean, I fell in love with martial arts. I watched my first Bruce Lee movie when I was like 14. We snuck into the movie theater. It was rated R, but we snuck in anyway because we were like 14, and it was fantastic. I said, oh, I got to do that. That's the coolest stuff ever. So yeah, I committed myself to that. I'm still committed to that. And I wanted to speak earlier because a week ago, I became a 5th-degree black belt. So that's a huge accomplishment for me. And also, I had a friend, Sinette Hunter. She also became a 4th-degree black belt. Now, we're older, we're over 50, but we stuck with it, and we will stick with it. And that's my life. It's my passion. It's my side hustle. It's not what I do. It's who I am. So there you go. I need to shut up now.
1, 2, 3.
Good morning. I'm Joe, and something I've been inspired to do and been willing to commit fully and completely to is living a debt-free life. I have not yet achieved that goal, so I know I'm fully committed and dedicated because here I am still. And so mature, after a few years of working and accumulating, I realized that what that's meant is that Deirdre and I, in raising our family, have been very judicious and careful about what we buy and how we treat our finances. And then here I learned what a difference it makes to be generous in ways that opened my spirit and made greater possibilities for me. So this week, in a meeting at work, I got a call that I didn't expect. I broke away from the meeting and went outside to take the call. And someone involved with me in some financial dealings in some real estate that we're involved in together gave me a surprise. It was a surprise to him as well that some people, the position that they're taking is going to turn our experience into a really sudden cash inflow. So a car that we've been talking about maybe going into debt again for a car and paying off a mortgage, the last of the mortgage, it'd be great to just own the house, right? Monday, those things just happened. It just said, and what's great is that when we talked about the debt for the car, I said, but I really want to be debt free, and I just hope I don't have to do that. So anyway, that news came. Now we'll watch it to unfold and see it happen.
1, 2, 3.
It's a miracle.
The main reason I want you to hear these stories from people who you sit next to, who are behind you, who you see up here on the platform, is because sometimes people think, oh, the practitioners, they're special, or, oh, Dr. Petra, everything just happens for her. I mean, look, she just went to Croatia, and before that she was in Ireland. And you make up these stories that separate you from your good. We are just like you. We go through the hell you go through, and we have the heaven that we want you to have. So all of these examples are simply related to there are specific things that you can do to manifest miracles. Number one, you've got to demonstrate curiosity in your own potential and your own gifts. Because what you are here to manifest is different than what the person to your right or left is here to manifest. Number two, you gotta have clarity. You gotta have clarity about what you want to be different. Your life can be great now, and the next thing you want, you can have that too. Joe Tinker has a great life, but he has this clear vision and intention to be debt-free. And the universe apparently is saying yes. And number three, we must behave with sustained and ongoing commitment. We can't say, I want to manifest this miracle, and then do all these things over here that are opposite to it. Or forget about it, and then a year later go, oh yeah, I wanted to manifest that thing or that relationship or that way of showing up in the world. So it's easy. No, it's simple, and it can be easy if you remember to watch your curiosity, have clarity, move toward clarity, and demonstrate commitment. Now, as we begin to wind down, well, first let me ask you a question that no one has to come up to the podium for. When you heard the sharing of the people who came to the podium, did you get reminded of something that's important for you? If you're online, put yes in the chat. If you're in the room, say yes, applaud, make some noise. I don't care. You don't come and participate at CSLDallas only to get what we lovingly refer to as the sage on the stage. I want to remind you that you are the wisdom. You are science of mind in action. You are the principles. I should be able to come and talk to any one of you and have you tell me, guess what I manifested? Guess what's happening in my life? You are the inspiration to me as well. So when you have questions, don't be afraid to lean down and talk to the person 2 seats over and ask them what's happening for them or what suggestion they have for you. Don't be afraid to call or email a practitioner and ask that practitioner to pray with you. Don't hesitate to be a member of a Sangha, but it all starts with you going within. So let's close out our time today by going within, but not in the way some of you are familiar with. Today, I want you to do a contemplation. Instead of me doing a prayer or a treatment, Brad's going to give us a little flavor. Yeah, just like that. And for the next 3 minutes or so, contemplate the lyrics of the song, Climb Every Mountain, and ask yourself, what path or goal is your next adventure? Only you can climb your mountain. Find your dream. Follow your rainbow. And so it is. And this week, your spiritual practice is to continue that. Meditate daily on this question. What path, what goal is my next great adventure? And so